Hi, my name is Michaela Petz, and this is my Chapter 17 takeaways. This chapter is titled Persuasive Speaking. Persuasion is far different from coercion. It is the process of influencing, often changing or reinforcing others' attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors on a given topic. A persuasive speaking is a speech that is intended to influence the audience's attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors. Beliefs are the way that people perceive reality. Attitudes are evaluations of people, ideas, objects, or events. And behavior is the manner in which we act or function. Speaking to persuade your listeners involves some more informative speaking. Influence your audience, therefore, often involves multiple goals. This can sometimes mean attempting to radically change the attitude, beliefs, behaviors of a hostile audience, but often it means reinforcing existing attitudes and motivating behavior changes. So you're trying to convince your audience to change their beliefs or thoughts on a given topic. Developing a topic. The topic should be something that you are interested in or at least know something about, and that is specific enough that you can find a variety of appropriate sources for the topic. So first, your topic should be one that people have a reasonable disagreement about or resistance to. The topic must allow the speaker to develop a message intended to cause a degree of change within the audience. Once you have your topic chosen, your next step is going to be to work on your thesis. A thesis statement is often given as a proposition or a statement about your viewpoint or position on a specific issue. There are 3 different types of propositions: proposition of fact, a claim of what it is or what it is not. There's proposition of value, such as make a claim about something's worth. Or there's proposition of policy, which the speaker claims what goal, policy, or course of action should be pursued. So you'll see those a lot in politics. Your next step will be understanding your audience. Knowing your audience will also help you tailor to the content of your speech through organization, research, and supporting points. The social judgment theory is your ability to persuade your audience and depends on the audience's current attitude or disposition towards your topic, as well as how strongly they feel about their current position. There's anchor position, which is their position on the topic at the outset of the speech, so before the speech even begins. And then there's latitudes, which is a range of acceptable or unacceptable viewpoints. In all audiences, there's going to be multiple different types of audience members. There'll be receptive audience, so they already are on board or agree with your viewpoints. There's a hostile audience, which opposes your message and will fight back against it. Or there's the neutral, which falls right in between. Another approach to understanding your audience is to apply the stages of change. There's pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. This I found really interesting because it put into perspective the example in the book on smokers. I used to vape, so going through those steps of changes is something I've gone through personally. An individual's motivations, priorities, and behaviors are influenced primarily by the person's needs. So the hierarchy of needs were psychological and survival, safety needs, belongingness and social needs, esteem and ego status needs, and self-actualizing needs. Some strategies to tailor to your audience were ethos, so the speaker's credibility, a key element in the speaker's competence or knowledge and experience with the subject matter. So you want somebody to have that credibility and know what they're talking about. People in the audience also tend to respond to the speaker's physical attractiveness, which is evaluated positively. There's also logos, which refers to persuasive appeal directed at the audience's reasoning on topic. So there's reasoning, inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning. Then last, there's pathos, which appeals to the listener's emotions. An example that came to my mind when I read this was the NSPCA animal commercials on TV. They are asking you to donate, and they use the sad stories of the animals in there to get to your emotions. Comparative advantage pattern is most effective when your audience is already aware of the issue or problem and agree that a solution is needed. Refutational organization pattern, speakers begin by presenting main points that are opposed to their own position and then follow them with main points that support their own position. So starting with what you don't agree with and then move into why you agree with it with points on why you do. Thank you.